This is the thing probably with eating disorders that usually tends to take the longest time to kind of rectify and feel like you're on the right path with. And I think that's because it encompasses so many pieces. And so one of those pieces is about how we think about our bodies. And so it's really about when we think about what we look like, what is that thing? And so this is where those cognitive distortions really come into play, because we tend to think about our body in comparison to other people's instead of as a standalone thing. And so a lot of times we're looking at our body and comparing it to friends, family, social media influencers, celebrities, all of those people. And so, because a lot of times with disordered eating or negative body image or a combination of those two things, you can't really see how you look because of your cognitive distortions. It's really hard to have an accurate comparison to those people. I think the other thing is that there's so many factors into why our body looks the way that it looks, is that it's really hard to align all of that with the way that we think, again, because we're so steeped in diet culture and, wanting to just be like the thinnest, the prettiest, like the ideals that are put in front of us in order to feel like our bodies have value. And so this is a huge piece that impacts our body image, just how do we think of ourselves? And basically, like a million people could tell you that you're pretty and amazing and all of those things. But if that's not what you think, if that's not the image that you have in your head about your body, it makes it a little bit harder to be able to kind of move forward and feel good about those things. And so another thing that really impacts that is how we feel about our body, right? So our emotions related to what our body looks like. So we're thinking about our body and maybe we just don't think that our body looks good, or we think that our body doesn't have value, or we think it takes up too much space, or any of these things. And then like, how do you feel because of that? So what does your body make you feel? Does it make you feel worthless? Does it make you feel sad? Does it make you feel othered, which is kind of the, just different from other people? And, what does that really mean for you? And so a lot of people tend to have a negative emotion or a sad emotion or like a very strong emotion like disgust or shame about what their body looks like because of the way that they're thinking and that their body image is impacted in that way. So, another piece that impacts our body image is the behaviors that we display because of the way that we think about our bodies. And so, again, this is where we get into more of the behavioral piece of these eating disorders or disordered eating or, any of these things is that the way that we react to our body holds a lot of meaning. And so maybe we react by eating so much that we feel sick because we want to punish ourselves, or maybe we dislike ourselves so much that we don't eat at all because we want to, again, have a punishment because we just don't like ourselves that much. Maybe we eat in private because we feel shame. All of those kinds of things are behaviors that come behind that. Or maybe we exercise so much, or we feel really attached to super clean eating because it makes our body feel like it's doing something of value. And so when you're thinking about how do you react because of your body, how does that shape the day-to-day way that you move in the world, even like how you carry yourself, that is a reaction to how you feel about your body. Like, are you open? Are you proud? Do you stand taller? Do you kind of like, hunch over, try to hide? Are you afraid of taking up too much space? And the reality of the situation is, nothing is wrong with your body. You can do whatever you want in the body that you have, and you can take up as much space as you want. But again, these things have to really align in order for us to be able to move forward the way that we want to. So I'm sure you're thinking with all of that, like, what do I do to get my brain in line with like feeling more positive about my body or, allowing myself to move out of a negative body image space? And so one of the things that I always encourage people to do is to clean up their social media feeds. You want to have your social media feed full of people whose bodies that look like yours, that move like yours, and all of those kinds of things. And that goes down to just like people who are differently abled, down to, the color of your skin, to the size of your body. Like, you don't want to inundate your newsfeed with something that is completely unrealistic. So for me specifically, if my newsfeed was full of a bunch of really tall white women, that would probably feel overwhelming at some point because I'm never going to attain those things. It's just not who I'm going to be. And so that's a really easy step to just start stepping back from those comparisons or feelings about your body, is just to align yourself, surround yourself with people whose body actually looks like yours. And and then start to see if you can find similarities and allow yourself to appreciate those parts of your body. Like, start talking positively to your body itself. And so give gratitude to your body, even if it's not ideal. Like, you want to be thankful that your body, if you have the ability to do certain things, like you're thanking it, even if it's not your favorite, the way that it looks all the time. And so these little things can really start to move you in that right direction to align the way that you see your body, the way that you feel about your body and think about your body and the behaviors around it.